lot of reasons blogging is fantastic. These are the reasons. I read these I can't count. I read these 4 books before anyone else. Well, before the general public. We bloggers were kind of elevated, you know. It's how we roll. We're cooler than you pretty much. You just don't know it yet. Learn it. So that being said, that blogging is fabulous, there's some things that aren't so fabulous. You see these dates at the top of these books? They're kind of like expiration dates. When time runs out, you can totally review them in the future, but the intent purpose of giving bloggers arcs is so that the reviews go up beforehand. Sometimes we bloggers, with all our perks, have to give up something, and the thing we have to give up is sometimes reading the books we really wanted to read. This is more just a principle of who you are when you become a blogger, and it's bloody wonderful, except these 2 stacks of books don't think so, and I'm going to share them with you. I've been reading this series since I was 14. That's not like terribly long ago, but it's long ago enough that that's sad. These are the Queen of the Summer Country books by Rosalind Mile. Read the first book and reread the first book. Halfway through the second book, I don't know if my bookmark is still in there, it's not. Then stopped, and then bought the third book, but I can't read it. Touch of Frost by Jennifer Estep, and the sequel, Kiss of Frost. There's a novella that comes between them. I meant to read them. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know they're your favorite books. I know. The Queen's Daughter by Susan Coventry. I started this book a year ago. The writing was fantastic. The idea was fantastic. This whole realm of the royals, which I'm delving into in my own YA series, was so good. I'm a fail whale. Susan, I hope that my telling people how awesome it was when I read it a year ago will make up for my remissness. Yes, the third book came out this year. I only have 2 of them. The same one. A very popular dystopian series that I've not gotten around to. Oh, Harper Teen's gonna hate me. I begged for this one. Begged, like on my knees on Twitter, yelling at Harper that I wanted this one. I was uncouth about it. I wanted it so much. Just kept getting pushed back on the TBR list. It's Entwined by Heather Dixon. It's about princesses, the 12 dancing princesses. There are 12 names of 12 different princesses, and they match in a sib set. And why wouldn't I want to read that? I don't understand me sometimes. Not an animal. I can't read them all. Another series I meant to get around to is the Siren series by Trisha Rayburn. I bought Siren with this new cover. This cover is fantastic. This cover is one of my favorite covers ever. And Kit got me Undercurrent. This is an ARC at BEA, and I think it may be signed. Because it's even signed to me, for Gabrielle, happy reading, which I'm not sure how Kit did that. She might have pretended to be me. How'd that go over, Kit? About sirens. They're about vicious killer sirens. Sounds like my kind of book. I don't know why I haven't read them. Nova's fantastic. I like to consider myself her friend. I doubt she'll want to be friends after I say I never read it. Hover lovered about it because of that. I meant to read it. I'm sorry. Bloodbound by Rachel Vincent. I traded for this one, and I thought I was going to drop everything and read it the second I got it. I'm pretty sure I got Iron Knight that same week. You pick, you choose. Wish I could have read them both. Anna is gonna absolutely crucify me. Blood Red Road by Maury Young. I have a finished copy. No, it's not signed. You don't have to hate me that much. This is one of those that I totally meant to read. Like, absolutely meant to read it, and I didn't, and I suck. It was a debut this year. Everyone loved it. I'm sure I would have loved it. I should have read it. Series I still haven't read, which I should love, right? Shakespeare Theater Fairy Books. Oh, I need the middle book, but what good's the middle book when I haven't even read the first book? This is the paperback. The middle is non-existent. That's just my face. This is an arc, so Silver Bright. I know I'm gonna love these books. There's no point in not having that second book. Now Pronounce You Someone Else by Erin McCann. This concept's fascinating to me. I've never gotten around to it because it's a finished copy from last year that I bought myself. But I'm gonna try and read it very soon. Moonglass by Jessie Kirby. I have a finished copy and an arc. That's just sadness in and of itself. Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson, and this cover is one of my favorite covers of the whole ever. I think it's so classic. Another one I thought I was going to drop everything to read is The Dove Keepers by Alice Hoffman. Unfortunately, I got the Book of Blood and Shadow by Robin Wasserman that same week, and I did drop everything and read that one, and that one was really good. The Book of Tomorrow by Cecilia Ahern. Actually, it's my first Harper arc. So how long have I had it? I've had it since about a year ago, and it's Cecilia Ahern, and I love Cecilia Ahern. She wrote P.S. I Love You, for heaven's sakes. I love books that look like books. I love book covers that look like book covers. There's something so innately fascinating about that for me. I don't know why. Of course it's a book cover, but I don't know. I just love the idea of opening a book and it actually being a book. Never mind. I should have read it by now. And the last book on this list is Hades by Alexandra Adornetto. It's the sequel. I really liked the series. People said that this book was better than the first book. So, should have read it. It's an arc. It's another arc I didn't get to. I am glad to say that there aren't a tremendous amount of arcs on this list. I do try and read as many of those as I can, and those I don't read, I'm generally not as thrilled about. I'm glad that I am reading most, I'm not perfect. Most of the arcs that I am truly smitten with. That's good. Should have read all of you. I apologize. That was a strange noise. I don't know if I could replicate that. Like I'm choking on my own tongue. I love knowing when I'm a complete idiot. It's fantastic.